Yo, what's happening, guys? DDB89 back with some more Dragon Ball Legends news, hint, tips, and information. And today we had, of course, the Legends and Stuff Volume 7 or Part 7 of today, which gives us all the Legends news and updates that should be happening within the next few days, weeks, foreseeable future, and what we should be looking forward to. So pretty much what I'm going to do is go for a recap of what they were speaking about on it, because of course I don't want to show the video on here and get the video taken down. So the link will be in the description for the full video, but I'm going to put my interpretation on what happened on it. So first of all, we had, of course, Toshi joined by two of his colleagues on the video. Now this time we didn't have Rhyme Style and or Kagi, so it was a bit different. His co-workers did have broken English, well, they're speaking broken English, which was really nice of them, or good of them, trying to speak English and doing a very good job of it, to be honest. But they went on to talk about little things on how what position they're in and the development, and just pretty much have a little to and fro of each other. So the first thing they did really start talking about was the little details that they had in development inside of information. So they were giving us little information and tidbits of what happens inside. So they were showing us, for example, of many examples, but they only showed us pretty much two examples of the inside development things. One being the Android 16 makes. So as you can see, there are two versions of Android 16 on here, and funny enough, they were saying there was little differences on these characters, and once you see it, you would never ever forget. And that was, of course, their badges on their chest. So one being the Red Ribbon Army and one being Capsule Corp. So these two things were slight little changes. Though, of course, the left-hand side one is the Sparking Rarity one with the Red Ribbon Army. The right-hand side is the Capsule Corp one. And they were saying mainly little differences to these ones were given in detail over what period of the game or anime they were in, or manga they were involved in. So as you can see, the Red Ribbon Army one was the Sparking Android 16, which has the ability to explode. That is before, of course, Dr. Briefs got involved and took out the bomb in his chest, put the Capsule Corp one on. So as you can see, the EX Android 16 cannot explode. That's probably why, that is the main reason why these ones don't well, pretty much the main differences in them. So with the little details they put on there, it's nice to know that these little details are incorporated into it in the design, as well as why the move sets are so, well, completely or a bit different to why one is it can explode and one can't. Little things like that. They were also, of course, talking about sound effects and stuff. So inside the development Legends, and they have a Hercule chant where the crowd, when he's using his green card, the crowd starts shouting Hercule, Hercule. And they were letting you know that, like, funny tips were the Japanese version, or the voice actors for the Japanese version of the game, they were actually, the development crew were the ones who done the voiceover for the chanting, which was quite funny to know, to be honest, to know that they're actually properly involved in it. So there was only like telling us the inside part, so not too much information that we should really care about. Then the last bit of the development inside part of this segment was the legendary finish and how they came up with the legendary finish moves and what they were going on about. So Jay was pretty much just talking about how they came up with the name and the problems they had with it. So the problem being with Gohan's legendary finish is that if they played the full featured one that they imagined they wanted to do, it would have taken 2 to 3 minutes for them to actually go through the game. Sorry, like, so once you've completed it, you would have seen 2-3 minutes before you've actually KO'd Cell. So they had to cut it, change it a little bit to make it more suitable for the game. They're saying how they came up with the legendary finish, because it didn't have a name as they were making this, but they decided to call it legendary finish. Legendary from Legends, the actual game, and finish from like finisher moves from the anime itself. So pretty much they're saying that basically all the major finishers will most likely come out to be legendary finishes, which I'm looking forward to, because there's quite a lot of legendary finishes that could potentially be put onto the game. So look forward to that in the future, guys, as well. Then we went on to the planned version 2.12.0 update content. They didn't really go into too much detail on this. They picked out a few parts of it, so we're just going to go through the bullet points. So we have a reduction of title screen loading time, improvement to energy recovery process through energy tank. So pretty much a change of energy tank we'll talk about in a second. improvements to casual matches, revision of main PvP menu interface, revision of party formation interface, revision of equipment interface, revision of post-battle result sequences, introduction of unlock all for soul boost, changes to Z levels, accounting the level ups when replaying story battles, so accounting how much levels should be going up by when you replay the game, implementation and recommended content, so pretty much what their people are recommending they want to put into it. Additional friends code generation function, so pretty much the scan will be more functional for us. Changes to method of accessing the story archives, which would be quite good. Additional of Legends limited to rarity list in the character filter, which is a thing I was always saying they should have had, to be honest. Should be able to filter out your characters through Legends Limited if you want to do a Legends Limited only team. I don't know the point of doing that, but it could be something functional in the future when they get a few more characters to it. Changes to auto select function for party formation, revision of co-op battle and battle interface, additional of tutorial images, displayed function, display of element advantage and disadvantage on start battle, end screen, etc. So they've got quite a lot of things they want to implement into this, and they were hinting that it will not, well, it's going to happen with this, but they're going to have a larger update in the future, which is going to be really good for us, to be honest. So the main things that they really want to talk about on this one was, of course, the new views for the equipment function, so you can see the whole equipment, what characters have what equipment on the full screen. So they've changed it so you can see which party members have which equipment slotted to them, and a quick formation of changing them, which is good. So they've added this little button there to it, so this is all going to be on the 2.120 update. Also, you will have a change to remove how we remove these slots from equipment. So for example, when you are trying to Z rank your equipment, it will show a quicker way of doing it. So what they're going to be doing, it's all going to be on one screen, so you don't have to go in and out several times trying to get that character up. So once you take it off, you can put it back on, so you can try and buff them up. Of course, you will have to have the souls, so rising souls and etc like that for the characters to actually be able to buff up, and of course the slot removers, but they're making it all interchanged on one sheet, or one page, sorry, so it makes it 10 times easier. Then they are trying to make a major change, of course, to the way we PvP, and they're finally gonna make this training battle, or casual matches as it was called, but now it's going to be called training battles, more functional for people to actually fight on it, which is going to be good, because what they're doing here is, instead of you going into a rated match or a ranked match where you potentially could lose points or status or ranking because of someone deciding to disconnect, or you lag for any reason and you lose because of that, they're making a way so you can have more fun playing PvP, because PvP has been kind of boring. So you're in the training battle, which is, like I said before, it's called casual matches. They're introducing level sync, which the level and limit break will be adjusted. So these will be adjusted to 7 red stars or 14 stars, however you go. Max potential, max limit broken. Your characters, as long as you have that character, you'll be able to fight with them to the max of their abilities, the same as your friends. You will not lose or gain any ranking points, but it's all there just to have fun, so you can test out units, test out battle strategies and etc, which I think is a really good way of doing it, especially for all you PvP content creators. So that there is for you. You'll be able to play and of course showcase. That's the main part for, once again, you content creators for the PvP. Showcase the max ability of these characters in a team, so that one is perfect for you lot, and perfect for me to see, to be honest, as well. Then we have a new mission, a purchasable mission, so they had to slip in something where it will suck up the chronos, to be honest. So they have made this new purchasable missions where you can limit break out and boost your character's Z powers. So for example, they are using the new Goten that should be popping up soon. Well, actually it should be popping up maybe tomorrow, the next day as of this video. So the mission is pretty much, first of all, you have to summon and get the character. Then there'll be a mode where you can unlock missions with your chronal crystals to actually get more Z powers for him, to level this character up as much as you can. And then of course you'll be able to get your like the earrings, which boost them up, and everything there. So they're making these new missions where you can actually buff up your characters. Of course you will have to use chronos instead of the adventure, like we have adventure slots. These will now be chrono slots where you have to use them to get your character so you can buff them up. I believe once you've used them all, or got as many of your Z powers for them, they will go obsolete and they'll be gone. But that's one way of us being able to do more adventures, more missions. But you will have to use chronos, so that's the downside. So depending on how you really want to buff this character up, you'll have to think about that in the future. Then we had Toshi himself talking about, and I was always talking about this in the background to a few of my friends, Zenkai extreme units. Now they are changing the original series, so Raditz Attacks is like one of the OG original series, and they'll be doing it with all of them. So look forward to 17 being involved. I believe, who is it, 16, Cells and all that lot. They will be getting Zenkai or being able to awaken. They called it Awaken Z powered, but they're gonna. He said it himself. Zenkai extreme units are going to be a thing, and he did say he is going to be a powerful character, which is really good. So like it says here, Raditz Attacks, after the changes you will be able to get enough Z powers to limit break Raditz to 7-star, so that's red 7-star I believe, because he was a free to play unit I believe as well. You will also be able to attain Raditz through the awakening Z powers and then acquire that from the event as well. So he's going to have his awakening ones for the Z powers as well, so make sure you are jumping on that for the first ever Zenkai extreme unit, which is nice. And then lastly but not least, he did talk about, of course, the new Goten Kid and Trunks Kid, the transformer units that should be dropping in, where he was saying pretty much that Goten is a character that can transform, but he has a time limit. But as he progresses in his transformation and as the time limit comes down, he will get stronger as he goes along. He does buff up Sun, Family and Hybrid units. And then you had Trunks as well, who once again he buffs up Vegeta Family and Hybrid units. He doesn't have a time change or a limit change on his transformation unit there. That is all the information I have for you on these characters. Look forward to more of this in the future, and if you do like the type of content I bring in you, please make sure you do hit that sub button. Make sure you do drop a like, and if more things you want to see in the future, drop it in the comments below. But guys, that is it for me today. Thank you for watching. Like always, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment for more in the future, and until next time, peace.